Okay, let's unpack this. You've presented us with, well, a really fascinating comparison, actually. It's about personal well-being. Which one truly delivers more self-fulfillment, maybe more happiness, riding a bicycle, the humble kind, or commanding a powerful motorcycle?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's almost a trick question because the sources we looked at, they're pretty clear. There isn't some simple winner here.
Okay. No easy answer then.
No. But what they do show are two really distinct, incredibly powerful paths, almost spiritual, you could say, paths to finding personal fulfillment.
And that's exactly what we want to dive into today. We're not aiming to, crown a champion or anything. It's more about dissecting the science, the psychology behind these two different sets of reels. We want to show you the specific sort of scientifically backed benefits for each path. So maybe you're looking for daily stress reduction, or perhaps your goal is more about long-term health.
Yeah.
Longevity, physical resilience.
And it really boils down to what kind of, let's call it, discipline your soul might be craving right now.
Exactly. We're exploring how these things actually impact your body chemistry, your brain function.
Yeah.
So where should we start? Maybe the bicycle, the path of, what do you call it, physical harmony?
Yeah, physical harmony and earned achievement. Let's start there. It's maybe the more accessible side for many people.
Okay. So the bike.
Yeah.
The big advantage, the one everyone knows, it's got to be the physical health aspect, right?
It's huge.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
Massive compounding impact on physical health. It's not just getting from A to B.
No.
It's movement for health itself. Cycling is, well, it's a fantastic full-body workout. Builds stamina, strength while you're just commuting or out exploring.
And this is where, looking long-term, the bicycle really seems to shine for overall well-being and just staying healthy longer.
Absolutely. It offers an excellent cardiovascular workout. That means strengthening the heart, the lungs, improving circulation. It really helps with weight management and metabolic health, too.
And I think a key thing, maybe something people don't always consider, especially versus, say, running, is how sustainable it is over time. Precisely. That's crucial. Cycling is very low impact on the joints.
Right.
Because you're seated, your body weight is supported, so the stress on your hips, knees, ankles, it's minimal.
Much less pounding.
Much less. And that low-impact nature, it makes it incredibly accessible, sustainable. For a really broad range of people, across their entire lives, you can realistically keep cycling quite vigorously well into your later years.
Into your 80s even.
Potentially, yes. And that sustainability, it directly links to longevity.
So we're not just talking about feeling fit today. We're talking about maybe pushing back some of the effects of aging.
That's the idea. Regular cycling is scientifically shown to increase lifespan, and it does that by reducing the risk of major chronic diseases. We're talking tangible reductions.
Like what, specifically?
Things like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, even some types of cancer. Your physical effort, the pedaling, it directly translates into potentially more healthy years, adding to your health span.
Okay, but the benefits aren't just physical, are they? There's a mental side, too, linked to that physical effort, that chemical synergy you mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us about that immediate mental payoff. It's more than just, oh, I feel good after exercise.
It's deeper than that.
It is. It's almost like a chemical transaction happening inside you. The sources confirm physical exertion is a powerful, natural antidepressant.
Okay.
When you push yourself, maybe climbing a hill, your body releases endorphins. We've all heard of the runner's high.
Sure.
Well, the cyclist's high is just as real, just as powerful.
And those endorphins, that chemical rush, it actively cuts down stress, helps with anxiety.
It does. It's almost like a self-initiated intervention. You start pedaling hard and you trigger this positive chemical response.
And how does that connect to self-fulfillment? Because that's a big part of this comparison.
Well, the sense of accomplishment on a bike is incredibly tangible. It feels earned because it comes directly from your own muscle power.
Right. You did it yourself.
Exactly. When you manage to power yourself up a really steep climb, that's satisfaction. It's not external. It comes from knowing your body, your willpower got you there.
There's a term for that, isn't there? Self-efficacy. Can you unpack that a bit? What does building that mean for us mentally?
Self-efficacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically your belief in your own ability to succeed, to accomplish a specific task. Cycling is like a perfect incubator for this.
How so?
Because the feedback is immediate. You see your fitness improving week by week. You manage a longer route than before. You finally conquer that hill that beat you last time.
I see. Little victories.
Exactly. And every successful ride, every little victory, it builds that self-efficacy and that confidence, that resilience, it spills over. It can help you face unrelated challenges in your daily life.
It's like the mental equivalent of, I managed that tough ride, so I can probably handle this work meeting.
That's a great way to put it. And we shouldn't ignore the simpler things, too. The meditative rhythm of just pedaling along, it fosters mental clarity. People often have great ideas while cycling.
Like shower thoughts, but on wheels.
Kind of, yeah. Plus, there's that satisfaction from the eco side. Zero emissions, you know? A real connection with your immediate surroundings. You smell the cut grass, hear the birds, it's intimate, human-paced.
That feeling of earned, self-powered satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's definitely powerful. Okay, so now let's pivot completely. Let's talk about the engine.
Right?
Because shifting from self-powered to machine-powered, that brings a totally different kind of fulfillment, doesn't it? Arguably more intense, maybe.
It's a different intensity for sure. We're moving from that physical harmony idea to something more like mindful mastery.
Mindful mastery, okay.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. You might think, okay, motorcycle, you're just sitting there, passive, right?
Yeah, that's the assumption.
But the sources really stress that riding a motorcycle is actually a profound form of mental engagement. It's less about the physical workout and much more about this unique kind of mental lockdown, which turns out to be deeply therapeutic.
Wait a minute, you're saying sitting on a powerful, fast machine that's as meditative as yoga, that seems counterintuitive. Given the speed, the risk, how can focusing intensely on danger be relaxing?
That's the paradox, isn't it? Riding safely demands total, intense focus on the present moment.
Okay.
You absolutely have to be aware of the road, your surroundings, the machine itself, everything. Researchers call it forced mindfulness.
Forced mindfulness.
Yeah. You literally cannot afford to be thinking about your mortgage payment or your email inbox when you're leaning into a corner at speed. Your brain has to dedicate all its resources right here, right now, for survival, for smooth control.
So the sheer concentration,
Yeah.
that's the thing that actually silences all the background noise, the worries, the anxiety.
Precisely. It pushes everything else out. And look, there's hard science here. Harley-Davidson actually funded a study, a credible one,
Oh, yeah.
that showed just a 20-minute motorcycle ride can lower cortisol, the main stress hormone, by a significant amount, like 25 to 28%.
28%. Wow. That's not just, oh, I feel a bit better. That's a real biological shift.
It's huge, that level of stress reduction. It's genuinely comparable to what you might get from deep meditation or a yoga session.
And didn't you say something about alertness, too?
Yes. The ride also increases cognitive alertness, similar to drinking a strong coffee, apparently.
So less stress, more focus. Interesting combo.
It really is. And it's proof that riders aren't just imagining it. Their biology confirms it, which explains why you hear riders talk about it being a mind reset, or they use that term throttle therapy.
Throttle therapy, I like that.
And that intense focus, it helps riders enter what psychologists call a flow state.
Okay, flow state. We hear that term a lot. How does it apply specifically to riding a motorcycle?
Flow is that sweet spot, right, where you're completely immersed in what you're doing. Your skill level perfectly matches the challenge at hand.
Total absorption.
Exactly. For a motorcyclist, the required skills balance, throttle control, reading the road, anticipating hazards, it's so demanding that the rider and the machine almost feel like they merge, become one fluid unit.
Okay.
Time can feel like it warps. Your whole world narrows down to just the road ahead, and your mind, crucially, is finally free from that destructive loop of rumination, just thinking things over and over.
That does sound genuinely soul-reviving, as you put it.
Many writers describe it exactly that way. So if the bicycle's fulfillment comes from physical achievement, earned effort,
Then the motorcycle's fulfillment shifts more towards mastery, empowerment.
Exactly. It stems from successfully controlling this powerful machine, navigating the world, on your own terms. And that act, it builds immense confidence, resilience, a profound sense of capability.
It's mastering power, mastering balance.
Yes. And this actually brings us to some deeper, almost philosophical dimensions of motorcycling.
Philosophical. Wait, are we talking Robert Pirsig territory now? Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance.
That's exactly the reference the sources bring up, yeah? Pirsig explored that idea of quality, didn't he? And that intense connection between the rider, the machine, and even the act of maintaining the machine.
Ah, so the fulfillment isn't just the ride itself. It extends to understanding the mechanics.
For some, absolutely. It's appreciating the mechanical integrity, the function, the complexity of the thing you're controlling. It becomes an intellectual engagement, a mechanical mastery, not just a physical one.
That adds another layer.
It does. It's about that conscious engagement with risk, too, and the responsibility that comes with wielding that kind of power. Persig's work really emphasized how mastery, discipline, paying attention to detail, that's what elevates the ride. It turns it from just transport into something more like a philosophical journey.
It cultivates courage, responsibility, makes you stay present.
Constantly reminding you to be disciplined, to be right here.
Okay, so bringing it all together then, what does this mean for you, the listener, trying to figure this out? We've got these two really compelling paths. One gives you endorphins from effort, maybe adds years to your life. The other slashes your stress hormones through intense, forced mindfulness. How do we weigh the trade-offs?
Well, if we synthesize the data, the absolute key difference is the source of that primary psychological benefit.
Yeah, okay.
For the bicycle, like we said, it's largely endorphin release and that self-efficacy you build through exercise, physical achievement.
Got it. And the motorcycle.
It's the cortisol reduction that comes from intense focus,
Yeah.
getting into that flow state, mental mastery.
And the practical differences, they
Yeah.
seem huge, especially around risk and just getting started.
Oh, absolutely huge. The bicycle, generally low cost, very low physical risk, no license needed, highly accessible, pretty much anyone can hawk on.
Right.
The motorcycle, definitely higher cost. You've got fuel, specialized maintenance, the license itself, expensive gear, insurance,
A lot more barriers.
and significantly higher safety risks. Now, as we discussed, that conscious engagement with risk is part of the appeal for some, philosophically.
But it's a real trade-off, a constant reminder of vulnerability.
It absolutely is. And even the way you connect with the world is different, even though both get you outdoors.
How so? Sensory differences.
Think of it like a sensory spectrum. The bicycle offers this really intimate human-scale connection. You're fully in the sights, the smells, the sounds right around you.
You feel the world directly.
Yes. The motorcycle also offers an immersive, sensory-rich connection. The wind, the engine sound, the sheer speed. But you are often a bit more separated from the immediate environment by the speed itself and on the protective gear you need to wear.
You cover more ground faster, but maybe perceive fewer tiny details along the way.
That's a fair way to describe it. More of a blur, perhaps?
And the environmental impact. That seems like a pretty clear win for the bicycle, surely.
By the numbers, yes, absolutely. The bicycle is the eco-friendly choice. Zero emissions. Aligns with sustainability values.
And the motorcycle?
Relies on fossil fuels, emits pollutants. For many riders, that's a conscious trade-off they make. They weigh the environmental cost against the significant mental benefits they receive.
So after laying all this out, these two distinct paths, the final conclusion isn't just pick this one.
No, the most honest conclusion from the sources we reviewed is that these two activities are often complementary. They can serve different needs at different times.
So not necessarily in either.
Exactly. Many people might use the bicycle for their daily life, for fitness, for that quick mental reset you get from just moving your body.
The everyday choice.
Right. And then they might use the motorcycle for longer adventures. When they're seeking that specific feeling of freedom, that intense focus, that sense of profound mastery over machine and road, they scratch different itches psychologically.
But, okay, devil's advocate, if we had to lean one way, for the broadest range of people, balancing risk, cost, the whole package, is there an overall edge?
It's tough because the motorcycle's mental benefits are so unique and powerful, but the sources do tend to lean slightly towards cycling having the overall edge for most people.
And why is that?
Primarily because it offers a more comprehensive integration of benefits. You get the crucial physical exercise, which underpins long-term physical and mental resilience, combined with sustained mental health boosts, like that self-efficacy we talked about.
And all without the significantly higher risks or the higher barriers to entry, like cost and licensing.
Exactly. It's that sustained physical vitality combined with the mental boost achieved more safely and accessibly that arguably makes the difference for more people over an entire lifetime.
That makes a lot of sense. That holistic integration on the bike, the way physical and mental health support each other, it just compounds over time without those big hurdles.
Precisely. Both are clearly proven routes to well-being, to active engagement with the world, but cycling perhaps offers that more holistic, sustainable package for the average person.
This has been genuinely fascinating, a really insightful deep dive into the psychology of just two wheels.
Yeah.
So the core takeaway for you listening is pretty clear. The better choice. It really depends entirely on what you're seeking right now.
Mm.
Is it that feeling of physical exertion, of self-powered accomplishment? Or is it more about finding a mindful, stress-busting sense of freedom and control through mastering a machine?
Both, as we've seen, can function almost like spiritual practices in motion. They each demand a particular kind of discipline.
And maybe connecting this to the bigger picture. You mentioned comparative studies.
Yes, interestingly, studies have found that both motorcyclists and cyclists tend to report a superior quality of life, better mental health, compared to people who mainly use cars or public transport.
So better than being stuck in traffic either way.
Seems so. Which raises, I think, one final important question for you to consider. Maybe the true source of fulfillment isn't ultimately about the specific type of two wheels. Maybe it's more about the act of active, mindful engagement with our surroundings and the discipline, whether that's physical discipline or mental discipline, that both of these activities demand from us.
So the final thought is, if being actively engaged, truly present is key, what type of active, focused discipline does your life need more of right now?